Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. In today's video you're going to have some Division 20 gameplay in the bantamweight division, and I'm going to be using Marlon Moraes versus Jose Aldo, and this is before the season 5 has started, and this is after the patch 7.0. So quickly I'm going to be talking about how the meta shifted now. So with this latest patch, they've added calf kicks, a new blocking animation, along with several other features, and the main thing being that now, because of the work they've done in the patch, they've actually nerfed the block breaking meta. So where the game was very boxing heavy and the meta was boxing, you'd push your opponent, you'd break their block, you'd spam them with punches, and eventually you'd win the fight. They've adjusted it so now that the block can withstand more damage, and they've mixed around a few things. So essentially now you can weather the storm better, and your opponent will get punished more and taxed more stamina wise, so it prevents people from just coming out round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not losing that stamina and constantly bombarding you with strikes. And you'd often find you'd be fighting against like Petr Yan in this division, Cody Garbrandt, and now this is going to start to change the way most people approach fights. Rather than a boxing meta, the meta now is very kickboxing related. So you've got the addition of calf kicks, and you'll see that's a very heavily used strategy from now on. I mean, in the gameplay here that I'm going to show you, I'll show you how I implement these calf kicks, and leg kicks now are going to become a very prevalent feature in this game. I mean, I liked to throw them before, but they wouldn't do much, and now you can really mix them in within the boxing range, so they flow the combos very well. And all I've really done, which is a step in the right direction, because for me it's made the game a bit more fun until they don't release another patch, and this is going to be the meta. It's just kickboxing. So what they've done is they've just shifted from boxing straight to kickboxing, and they still need to do a better job in turning this into an MMA game, making people use all the tools available within the MMA world, because right now it's just gone from boxing orientated straight to kickboxing, and then from kickboxing you might go to wrestling. So they've still got some work to do, and that is the new meta. For in case none of you knew, is kickboxing. You want to use fighters that are very good kickboxing, and as you can see from facing this Jose Aldo here, I've started doing a lot of damage to the legs, and this is a good kickboxing matchup. Aldo doesn't have the best of chins, and I know that going into it. My game plan here is to work the legs and body, and I want to do it to the point where my opponent's legs are hurt so bad that my opponent starts blocking low, because he's constantly expecting the leg kicks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to punish him for blocking low and start attacking Aldo's chin, which isn't the greatest. And that's the game plan stepping in here. And it's round 1 of a 5-round fight, so ideally I don't want to unload too much, but with the way this round was going, I was feeling very confident in not only the kickboxing but the boxing exchanges that me and my opponent were having. I've done a significant amount of damage to my opponent's lead leg, and right now I want my opponent to change stance in order for me to attack the other leg, make both legs so weak that I can either get a leg kick finish, or that my opponent has to try something distant, has to force a wrestling exchange, which I'd be open to denying. And this is what you want to do now with this meta, is that you want to be using fighters that can kickbox really well, particularly fighters that have that leg kick aspect to the game. Marlon Moraes, Jose Aldo, Jared Cannonier, Darren Till, Izzy's. You've got all these fighters that work leg kicks, Barboza, and these fighters now are going to be used a lot more often. I mean, it's going to be a tool that a lot of people go for now, and it's very effective. And because they've nerfed the boxing, the block breaking, it's going to be more tactical fighting now, which is always better. I mean, people are actually going to have to learn how to fight, but it's not going to take long for people to realise a strategy that works for this kickboxing meta. I mean, people have interpreted this pact wrong. They believe that pressure fighting is now gone, which is that's not true. I mean, pressure fighting isn't block breaking. People just attach the two and it had a stigma around it. Pressure fighting is forcing your opponent to do the exchanges that they don't want to do. You're in their face and you're forcing a reaction out of them. If I'm pressure fighting you, that reaction could be you shooting for a takedown that you didn't want to do, or fighting a fight that you didn't want. That's what pressure fighting is, and that's still very much prevalent in this game. I'm going to have a video coming out using Justin Gaethje, and you're going to see that pressure fighting is still a big thing if implemented correctly. It's just now you have to have a bit of skill about it. You need to understand what shots to pick, and your stamina will get taxed if you don't finish the fight. But back to this fight here, you can see that I've done a very good job of damaging my opponent's leg. I'm working my opponent's body, head, and this is where you really start unloading. And as you can see from the gameplay, how I'm mixing up the strikes, that's what you're going to want to look to do. You want to mix up your boxing whenever you're in that range, and then you want to work your kickboxing when you're in the right range. And as you can see through this fight, I haven't thrown many lead bodies or teep kicks, and that's because I'm just working the legs so much that I don't have to do that. And where my opponent's blocking low now, the head's wide open, and I'm punishing him. Every time he blocks low, I'm going to shoot up high. Every time he goes high, I'm going to shoot low. And as you can see, every time my opponent is rocked, I don't go for the headshots because I know my opponent's going to be moving their head. I'm looking to attack the base, attack the legs, and then work the body as well. And my opponent's just run out of ideas, and I'm pressuring my opponent a lot. It's not the typical pressure fighting that you're used to, because I'm not just marching forward, it's more of a kickboxing array. But when I do go for these strikes, I throw 4-5 punch combos mixed in with leg kicks, and this is going to be the new meta, how I'm fighting here. And as you can see, my opponent's just run out of ideas. The jab knocks him down here. Get on top, I go for the finish. My opponent does a good job of getting out, but now it's only a matter of time. As you can see, my opponent's not in a good position. Get another leg kick, and then we get the leg kick finish. So that's going to be today's video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.